Now Drake and Pusha T, once again, this beef has once again gotten reignited. This time though, there is actually one person who's kinda in the middle of this battle, which is the part I really don't like about their feud catching fire once again. The worst part is that person isn't even here with us anymore. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. I do have a couple things to say about this, so yeah. Let's talk about it. Now, the other day, a new Pop Smoke album got released. The album is titled Shoot for the Stars, Aim for the Moon, and it's the first posthumous project that's gotten released under Pop's name. And oops, I almost forgot, you can't say Pop without adding the smoke, so there you go. But there was this song that was supposed to be on the album titled Paranoia that leaked the other day. Paranoia features Pusha T, Gunna, and Young Thug. For some reason, the song didn't make it to the album. I don't know why. However, that's not the point here. On his verse on the song though, Pusha T actually threw some shots at Drake, which of course means the beef between him and Drizzy just got sparked once again. Let's really quickly peep some of the bars from the track and connect it to Drake. He starts off the verse by saying, "You know reality bites, it's chess, not checkers. Those empty threats only sound good on your records. If the patois is not followed by a blocker, it's like Mark for Death Screwface without the chopper. Let him rush the stage when you made like Sinatra, only to hide the blade flying back through La Guardia. I might even buy a home out in Mississauga. All my walls have scrawls of," I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that, let's move on to the next line. "Many dolls that are sprawled, they my ill nanas. Make a call, she gon' crawl, bad gal patra. I'm involved and absolved, I am Godfather, hush." Now the empty threats part is a reference to this.
Wishing death on my friend that has MS. I study rap battles for a living. Now, when you mention defenseless people who are sick in the hospital that passed away, that really sent me to a place where, you know, I just believed then and believe now that there's just a price that you have to pay for that. It's over. You're gonna get, someone's gonna punch you in the face. Done, the event's over. I wanted to do other things. I didn't want to further your reputation or your career by rapping back at you and having this exchange. And that was it for me.
And Drake takes you like, am I letting you down?
Yeah, what'd I tell you?
What did you say to him?
He said that I can never let you down.
I said, listen, as a hip-hop historian who loves hip-hop, I would love for you to respond.
Of course, we want to hear it.
I did, by the way.
Because you're the greatest.
By the way, I did, by the way.
Yeah,
you wrote the song.
I did, and I said terrible.
That right there was something Drake had to say in regards to Pusha T throwing shots at 40, which is of course Drake's friend and in-house producer on the story of ID Don. As a response to this, Pusha T posted some laughing emojis, not taking any of Drake's threats seriously, and that's what he's referring to on the verse. And then as far as the let him rush the stage part of the record, that's a reference to an incident that happened back in 2018 after his beef with Drake, when Pusha T was performing in Toronto and someone tried to attack him on stage. That someone got injured in a knife attack, all because he tried to attack Pusha T on stage, and that's what he's referring to on that part when he says, you know, blade. And then on the I might even buy a home in Mississauga part, that's obvious. I'm gonna buy a house in your city as a way to disrespect you. And then that of course directly relates back to the empty threats part. I'm buying a home in your city, that's how little I'm afraid of you. Now that's pretty much all there is to it. Clearly this was aimed at Drake. As we speak though, there's two people who are right in the middle of this battle. The first one is Pop Smoke, because Pusha T dissed Drake on a song that was supposed to be on his posthumous album. And then the second person is Young Thug. Thug posted this Instagram story where he was making it very clear that he did not rock with that Pusha T verse. Obviously Thug is doing this because he's friends with Drake, understandable. There's a lot of different opinions about this particular situation floating around. One thing I really want to hit on is the fact that this is Pop Smoke's first posthumous album, and Pusha T used this opportunity to reignite his issues with another man, which I personally just can't really respect. So I actually agree with Young Thug on this one. I do want to highlight the fact that this verse was most likely recorded before we lost Pop Smoke, but then again the album just came out, which means there was plenty of time to switch up that verse. I think dissing Drake on Pop Smoke's posthumous album takes away a lot from the purpose of his album. Yes, technically as long as people are talking, it's good because now it's gonna put the attention on Pop Smoke's album, right? I'm looking at this from a purity standpoint. This is a moment for, you know, what could be his last album, not for his name to get caught in the middle of a beef that has nothing to do with him. Now the song didn't make the cut for whatever reason, but the point still stands. It could have made it on the project, then what? The only thing people would be discussing is how Pusha T dissed Drake on that new Pop Smoke album, and that would of course take away so much from the album itself, which I don't like at all. Pop Smoke's name unfortunately became collateral damage here. I think Pusha T could have thought this through way better, but then again, he has every right to come for Drake. Do not get it twisted. I don't think that's an issue at all. I personally think Drake has, in a sense, made his bed already. He knew what he was getting himself into with this whole Pusha T battle. I really just hope this situation doesn't keep on escalating, because if it does, I know that it'll be at the expense of Pop Smoke's name, because that's where it started. Even though this Drake and Pusha T beef is a thing, I wouldn't really say that the beef is 100% reignited unless Drake comes out of the shadows and responds back. But yeah, Drake and Pusha T, once again, what do you personally think about this situation? Definitely let me know in the comment section below, and let's have a discussion about this.